Hi, welcome to the Your Amazing Eyes training video. My name is Pike. I recently learned how to give this curriculum, and in this video, I'm going to go over how to implement it and some tips and tricks. It is a great lesson for kids that is fun and informational. Prevent Blindness Wisconsin worked with the Milwaukee Public Libraries to develop this curriculum, which dives into the 6 skills for early literacy. To start, here's a little information regarding Prevent Blindness Wisconsin. Our mission is to prevent blindness and preserve sight. Founded in 1958, Prevent Blindness Wisconsin prevents blindness by identifying early signs of vision disorders, facilitating early and effective treatment, and preventing eye injury. Our goal is to preserve the gift of sight for Wisconsin children and adults, helping to ensure that children are vision ready for success in school, that adults maintain healthy vision for a lifetime. Prevent Blindness Wisconsin relies entirely on the public and business community for program support. Here's a little bit about children's vision problems. If not detected and treated early, vision problems in children can lead to a variety of other problems, including loss of vision, learning difficulties, and delayed sensor, motor, cognitive, and social emotional development. Here is a list of some specific vision problems. So first is refractive errors, second strabismus, and third is amblyopia. So let's talk more about refractive errors. Refractive errors, they are a defect in the optics of the eye that results in a lack of precise focus of light rays on the retina, causing a blurred image. And so the 3 specific types of refractive errors are nearsightedness or myopia, farsightedness or hyperopia, or astigmatism. And then to the side of the PowerPoint is an example of clear vision versus myopia or nearsightedness. Refractive errors can be corrected with glasses and or contacts. On the next slide are 2 other examples of hyperopia and then astigmatism. So strabismus refers to eyes that are not straight or properly aligned. As a result of eye muscles not working together, one or both eyes may turn in or crossed eye, turn out or walleye, turn up or turn down. Strabismus may be constant. It may alternate eyes. It affects approximately 2% of the nation's children. Children with uncorrected strabismus may go on to develop amblyopia. And here are some examples of what strabismus will look like visually. Amblyopia. So this was the third specific vision problem on our list. Amblyopia refers to reduced vision in an eye that has not received adequate use during early childhood. An estimated 2 to 3% of the general population suffers from this visual impairment. So the causes of amblyopia are as follows: strabismus, unequal refractive error, or other factors such as drooping eyelids or cataracts. If not treated early, amblyopia can lead to blindness. So unless it is treated, an amblyopic eye will lose vision permanently. After age 6 or 7, amblyopia becomes harder to treat. And so treatment for amblyopia may include glasses, surgery, patches, or medicine. And in terms of medicine, we're talking about drops or ointment. So now that we talked about some of the specific vision problems, what are the risk factors for vision problems? Some children are more likely to have vision problems if they are born prematurely, if they have family history of vision problems, if they had childhood cataracts, lazy eyes, misaligned eyes or eye tumors, or if they have had any previous eye injuries. And so if your child has any of these risk factors, take him or her to see an eye doctor. So we can learn a lot from observations. Observation of any of the following signs is sufficient reason to take your child in for an eye examination. And so those are the ABCs: appearance, behavior, complaint. So appearance, here's a list of what some signs that you would want your child to go in to see an eye doctor. So cross eye or owl eye, watering eyes, red rimmed, encrusted or swollen eyelids, drooping eyelid, styes or infections on eyelids, presence of white pupil, and then possible eye injury. Here are some visual examples of appearance signs. So in these cases, these children should go see an eye doctor for an eye examination. Behavior. What are some behavior signs? Rubs eyes a lot, closes or covers one eye, tilts head or thrusts head forward, has trouble reading or doing close-up work, holds objects close to eyes to see, blinks more than usual, seems cranky when doing close-up work, squints or frowns, excessive blinking. And then finally, the C, complaints. What are some things children might say that are signs that they are having eye vision problems? Things such as my eyes are itchy, my eyes feel scratchy, my eyes are burning, I can't see that very well, I see double, everything looks blurry. After close-up work, children might say, I feel dizzy, I feel sick or nauseous, I have a headache. So those are all complaint signs. There may not be any signs at all, despite all the signs that we went through. There may not be any. Most children believe that the way they see is the way everyone sees. So the best way to find out if a child's vision is normal is through regular dilated eye exams. So now that we talked about vision problems, risk factors, the ABCs, let's talk about Your Amazing Eyes. So Your Amazing Eyes is a preschool reading program that supports children's vision health and encourages early literacy. It was developed for children ages 3 to 5 years old. The curriculum is built upon the six skills for early literacy and includes activities, stories, and songs that support these skills. So what are those 6 skills? Well, here they are. The American Library Association has identified 6 key skills that will prepare children to become readers when they enter school. So the first skill is print motivation, which is the interest and the enjoyment of books and reading. Phonological awareness, which is the ability to hear and play with the smaller sounds and words. 3 is vocabulary, which is knowing the names of things, concepts, feelings, and ideas. 4 is narrative skills, which is the ability to describe things, talk about events, and tell stories. 5 is print awareness, which is knowing how to handle a book and noticing print all around us. And the final 6th skill is letter knowledge, which is knowing that letters are different from each other, knowing that letters relate to sounds, and recognizing letters everywhere. So we will be talking about these more throughout the PowerPoint, but they're very key to this curriculum, and so they will be coming up again. So these are the 6 skills that this curriculum is based off of and really tries to go over. So the Your Amazing Eyes curriculum is approximately 30 minutes in length. It has book readings. So there are going to be stories with age-appropriate themes such as sight and seeing your world, why children wear glasses, and practicing eye safety. There are also some games and activities, some fun activities that will reinforce the above concepts and will support the development of the 6 skills for early literacy. So let's get into the introduction. So now for the rest of this PowerPoint, we're just going to be looking at each of the different parts of the curriculum, talking about the main points, the main things that you will cover in them, and then how they relate to the 6 skills for early literacy. And then we'll also be showing the materials at the same time. So in the introduction, the 2 big things will be brainstorming our favorite things to do with our eyes. This will be just basically asking the children, so what are your favorite things to do with your eyes? What can you do with your eyes? And then having them think about it and answer it. You know, they might say, you know, looking at birds or, you know, something like that. And then singing the My Amazing Eye song, which is sung to bingo. So here's the lyrics for it, and as you guys can see, there's some small hand movements that go along with it. So on I have 2 eyes, you'll point to your eyes, 2 eyes that see. you'll point fingers to the audience and then move your head back and forth. And then they help me read and learn. And then my amazing eyes, my amazing eyes, my amazing eyes, they help me read and learn. So I will sing it and show you guys how it's done all put together. So I have two eyes too, I have two eyes too, eyes that see, I have two eyes too, eyes that see, they help me read and learn. My amazing eyes, my amazing eyes, my amazing eyes, they help me read and learn. I'll do that one more time since the first time I tripped up, but it goes, I have two eyes that see, they help me read and learn. My amazing eyes, my amazing eyes, my amazing eyes, they help me read and learn. So that is how the My Amazing Eyes song goes. So for this introduction, the 6 skills for early literacy, the skill that we're going over in this is phonological awareness through singing songs to help children hear words being broken up into smaller sounds. So there's no really materials for that one besides the lyrics of My Amazing Eyes. So the first book read is going to be Brown Bear, What Do You See? So the key things to do when reading Brown Bear, What Do You See? Will be running your finger under the title as you read it. As you read, encouraging the children to repeat Brown Bear, What Do You See? For me, I did it by saying like, Brown Bear, What Do You See? And then I acted as if Brown Bear couldn't hear me. So I was, kids, Brown Bear can't hear me. Can you say it with me? And I did this for all the animals. You know, I said, Red Bear, what do you see? And then I said, kids, Red Bear can't, I don't think Red Bear can hear me. Can you help me, so that Red Bear can hear us? Something like that. However you do it, but encouraging them to repeat that saying. Making animal noises for a few of the animals. There are a lot of animals in here, so there is no array to choose from. And then explaining and describing unusual animals like sheep or wolf. So basically just animals that they might not have, much exposure to, might not have seen before. For a cat, you don't really need to explain that. Chances are they have seen cats, they know what a cat is. But sheep, on the other hand, might be an animal that the kids might not, have seen, might not know too much about. So just giving a little background for it will help the kids learn that vocabulary. So speaking of vocabulary, here are the 6 skills of early literacy. So this book read refers to print awareness, since we're pointing out text in the title. Print motivation, since we are repeating phrases. Phonological awareness, since we're making animal sounds. And then vocabulary, since we're describing unusual animals, like sheep. So I want to show you guys the materials for this. So here's the actual Brown Bear book. So as you read it, putting your finger right under the title, and then here's what it looks like on the inside. I'm sure you guys have seen it, this is a big book, so just so that the kids can really see the images of it. So for example, saying, purple cat, what do you see? Purple cat can't hear me. Friends, can you say it with me? Encouraging them to see it. Making, friends, what sound does a cat make? Things like that. So that is the first book read that will happen in the curriculum. I'm going to try to share my screen again. Share. Perfect. All right. So the first activity is the Safe Summer Eye Search. So using the blow up NEI safety search, call on children to point out safety hazards and cover hazards with the stop signs. So read the stop sign aloud together. discuss each hazard and how you could change it to make it safe for our eyes. And then you'll be giving an example of a different activity that is safe for our eyes. So instead of doing this, what about we do that instead, because it's safer for our eyes. I think those bullet points will make a lot more sense once you see this. So let's get into the skills, and then I will show you guys the materials for the safe summer eye search. So for this specific activity, we'll be going over vocabulary, describing new terms such as safety glasses, sunglasses, fireworks, narrative skills, since the children will be asked to describe what each child is doing in the picture, and then you'll be doing that as well. And then letter knowledge, sharing the stop sign, and asking the children to read it with you. So here is the actual board. As I said, I feel like once you see the board, all those bullet points will make more sense. So basically, all these children, they're doing something that's not safe for their eyes. For example, these girls right here are playing with glitter. These girls are doing the fireworks. These kids are playing with lasers. They're playing with toy guns. This girl's looking directly at the sun. They're playing the computer, and they're playing soccer without safety glasses. And so you'll just be going over with what they're doing, pointing out what they're doing, and then you'll ask the children to say stop with you, and then as you all say stop together, you'll put it right there, signifying, hey, stop what you're doing. And then, for example, for glitter, the alternative activity is coloring. And so you'll say, well, what else can we do? Because, glitter can get in our eyes, it can hurt our eyes, what else can we do? And then the answer it could really be anything, but the script says coloring, whatever works. But so coloring, or for the girl, instead of looking directly at the sun, watching birds, watching clouds. And then where the vocabulary comes in will be, as we said, like binoculars is going to be a term, and then you'll pull out your binoculars and show the kids the binoculars so that they have that visual to it. Sport safety glasses. So here are some sport safety glasses. Again, pulling it out, showing it to the kids. Here are some sunglasses is another term. A lot of different sunglasses. But so just things like that, pulling them out so the kids can see them. There will also be times where you'll be acting things out. So for example, when you guys are talking about these kids who are playing soccer, you'll talk about your sport safety glasses, and then you'll put them on, and then pretend playing catch, something like that, where there'll also be some pretend acting things out in this as well. So that is a really fun activity. It does have a lot of parts, but it is super fun. So now the second book read can be any one of the three books that you see. So it could be a really absolutely must-have glasses, Princesses Wear Glasses, or I Wish I Had Glasses like Rosa. It doesn't really matter which book you choose. In my video, I Wish I Had Glasses like Rosa because we have a lot of different props, a lot of different sunglasses, just glasses that go along with the story. So it makes it more fun and more interactive. But all of these books are good, so whatever book you choose, or if you want to change it up to, whatever works really. But as long as it's one of those three books. So before reading the book, discuss that some children wear glasses to see well, and describe what blurry means. Some kids might not know what blurry means, so it's a good opportunity to make sure they understand what that means. Also, too, you'll be discussing how glasses can help children who need them to do different things. And so those points will be kind of discussed, before you get into this book read. And then when you are doing the book read, make sure you run your finger under the title as you read it. The skills that the second book read refer to are print awareness, pointing out the text on the title, narrative skills, talking about the story after you read it, and the vocabulary, describe what glasses are and what blurry means. So there will be some discussion after the book read as well. And so here are the materials for that. So the first material is this picture. It will be used in the discussion about, you know, like why children wear sunglasses, what blurry means. One side is a completely clear picture, and on the other side is a more blurry picture. And just so to help the kids see the difference of, you know, this is clear and this is blurry. So they have that better idea of what that means. And then here's I wish I had glasses like Rose the book. And then the other books. And then here is Princesses Wear Glasses. Here's I really absolutely must have glasses. And then here's the inside of I wish I had glasses like Rosa. So this is the fun thing about this book is that the props that come with it. So for example, here's a little scene of them making something, and they have, you know, their safety glasses on. So here are safety glasses that you can show the kids. Another example is, this is Abby. Abby finds her grandma's glasses, and we have some, you know, glasses that look like that as well. So then you kind of show these glasses. And there's, you know, they go to the beach. So then we have goggles. One thing about goggles is, you know, big goggles and small goggles. She has eyeball glasses. So here's some fun eyeball glasses. There's some, you know, there's a part, she finds her dad's goofy glasses that he wore to a party. So we have some fun, you know, party glasses as well. And then, yeah, so it's just a super fun book with some different props that go along with it. So I wanted to show you guys those. So activity 2, what is missing? So for this, the kind of the main points, the main things that will be happening, you'll be showing the children all 7 objects on a felt board and ask children to tell you what they see. So you'll also be sharing new words like elephant trunk or a new name for rabbit hair. Explaining that something is going to disappear when they close their eyes. So there will be, you know, a big board, and there'll be things on the board, which I'll show you guys after we go through all the points. But basically, you're going to ask them to close their eyes, and when they open up their eyes, something is going to be gone. Whatever item that is, totally up to you, but something will be gone. So explaining to them that something is going to disappear when they close their eyes. Like I said, everyone close their eyes and you will take away one object. And then asking everyone to be detectives and telling you what is missing. This can be repeated as many times as needed. And if you want to, you can even try taking away 2 items. In my video, I did 1, but feel free to repeat it and try taking away 2 items to see if any, of the kids catch on to what is happening, what you're doing. So in terms of the 6 skills for early literacy, this second activity covers vocabulary, since they're learning new words and names for things. So elephant trunk, a new name for rabbit hair. Letter knowledge, distinguishing the differences between the pictures. And also to understand that each picture is different and represents a different animal. Narrative skills, describing which items appeared, and phonological awareness that are animals on here. So making, animal noise or, some of the different animals for phonological awareness. So here is the materials for this one. So here's the materials for this one. Here, so as you guys can see, this is like my felt board. I'm going to rearrange this quick just so you guys can see it better. But so as you guys can see, there's the felt board. And then right. All right, so here's my felt board, and then as you guys can see, I have all my different items on it. So we have a cat. That's the cat. There's a chance to, as I said, ask the kids, what sound does a cat make? And making the animal sound. Hare or rabbit. Snowman. You have sunglasses, an eye, a duck. Another good opportunity to ask the kids, what sound does a duck make again? And then elephant, and remember one of the new words is elephant trunk. And the elephant could even be another good chance to ask the children, what sound does an elephant look like? And they could, let out a big, animal elephant sound. So this is the board, and then you'll have a mystery file right here. And basically what will happen is they'll say, all right, kids, we are all detectives. And then again, close your eyes and you open up your eyes, something will disappear, something will not be on here. Turning the board over so that, they can't see it. And then taking something off and then putting it in the mystery file. Putting it in the mystery file. So I'm sliding it right in here so that they can't see it. And then telling them, open up your eyes. When I turn this around, think about, what is missing. And then, but telling them, to not shout the answer quite yet. And then on the count of 3, everyone tell me what they think is missing. And then once they get 1, 2, 3, everyone shouts out what they think, and then they can pull out what is missing from the mystery file. And there it is, the sunglasses. So that's what's missing. And then you can repeat that as many times as you want. Take away whatever you want. Even try to take away 2. So maybe take away the snowman and the sunglasses. And then now the kids have to look at it and figure out, what else is missing? Is it two things or one, or. So yeah. So that is how that activity works, and those are the materials for that activity. It is a super fun activity. I really like it. So now let's get into the third book read. So the third book read is Duck Rabbit. So just, starting out, you want to explain that this is a very silly book about an animal that looks like a duck and a rabbit. You want to run your finger under the title as you read it. When the book is held the wrong way, you'll want to see if the children notice. I'll show you in the book, but there's going to be a point where the book, you go from this to this, and you'll want to maybe see if the children know, like, hey, is this the right way to hold the book? No, it's this way. And if they don't notice, make sure you point it out to them so that they understand that concept. And then after reading, discussing the story. So in terms of the discussion, the question is, did the animal look like a duck or rabbit? And why? Why do you think, the animal was a duck or a rabbit? The whole book is basically about, these two kids trying to figure out, is this a duck? Is this a rabbit? One thinks it's a duck, one thinks it's a rabbit. So in terms of the skills, it covers print awareness, pointing out the text on the title, and holding the book the wrong way, and pointing out that it is not the normal way to read. There's a right way for a book. There's, books are not held this way; they're held, this way. So narrative skills, also to talking about the story after reading it with that question. Did the animal look like a duck, rabbit? Why? So here is the book, Duck Rabbit. And then, so from the first page, hey, look, a duck. If you're looking this way, it looks like a duck, right? But then if you're looking this way, that's not a duck, that's a rabbit. It looks like a rabbit. And so, I'm trying to find, here it is. And so then what happens is you're on this page, and then all of a sudden, the next page, the book turns like this. And this is when you want to ask the kids, see if they notice, is this wrong? Are books held this way? No. How are books held this way? To see if they notice that, because that they should be held this way, but, for these two pages, the book, they did it like this. So seeing if they notice that this is not the right way to hold a book is very important at that part. And so that is the third book read. And then after that third book read, there is one more activity, which is the Optical Illusions. So when you get into this activity, you'll definitely want to describe what optical illusion is, since that is a big word. You'll want to share, there's two different optical illusions. And the pictures of them are on the PowerPoint right now. There's a face cup one and the frog one. And so you want to share the face optical illusion, that's the first one, and point out how it could look like a face. So there's kind of looks like two faces staring at each other, or a fancy cup if you look at the white part in the middle. You want to ask children to think about, which it looks like, and then vote by raising hands. And then sharing the frog optical illusion, you'll explain how one frog face is bigger than the other. You'll ask the children to look very closely at the frog's mouth after its mouth is bigger and vote. Use the ruler to demonstrate they're both the same size. And so for skills, it covers vocabulary. What is an optical illusion? Narrative skills, describing what they see, vote, count votes, and summarize. And then it also works on narrative skills by describing the difference between the frogs. And here is how these look. So here's the first optical illusion. Here's the cup in the middle, but then if you look at the sides, here's the two faces staring at each other. Here's the second optical illusion. You got a frog on the top, frog on the bottom. First, ask which frog is bigger. It's the one on the bottom. Then the second question is, which frog's mouth is bigger? So you'll want to ask the kids, want to have them vote. Say, is it this one, is it this one, or are they both the same? Have them vote on it. Then want to take your ruler and you want to measure them. And when you measure them, you'll realize that they are the same size. There you go. They're the same size. And so that is the optical illusion in that one. So then finally, after that activity, it's time for goodbyes. So when in the goodbye part of this curriculum, it's basically just saying goodbye, hope you have fun, but also asking some questions, summarizing, making the kids think about, what did they learn? What new words did they learn? So questions such as, what did you learn today? What is the most important thing you learned about your eyes and keeping them safe? What was your favorite book? Did you learn new words like goggles, sunglasses, and optical illusion? So those kind of questions, brainstorming things they learned, what they liked. And so in terms of skills, it covers narrative skills, describing what was learned, and the vocabulary, reviewing new words, such as optical illusions, sunglasses, binoculars, things like that. And so if you do have any questions, here is the Prevent Blindness Wisconsin contact information. Here is our phone number, email, and so please feel free to contact us if you have any questions or want to learn more about this curriculum. It is a really awesome curriculum. It was super fun learning how to do it and just working with the materials and all of the stuff that comes with this curriculum. Before I go, I want to share with you guys some tips that I learned when doing learning how to record it. And so I'm going to pull that up right now. Here it is. All right. So here is, how do I play it? Perfect. Okay. So here are just some tips that I wanted to share with you guys that, I think will help you guys when trying to figure out how to do this lesson plan, when learning how to do it, because it is a big lesson. It is a big curriculum. It is super fun, but there's a lot of parts. So my first tip is practice, practice, practice. I practice a lot. I definitely did not get it right on the first time. So, just taking that time to look over the script, to just even look over the materials, to even just kind of like practice reading the books, practice just the different activities, the different games. It will help you when you are in front of, the kids doing it. So just practicing it, until you are comfortable with it. One way to practice it is just working on one or two activities, games, or books at a time, and then putting it all together. We kind of like to think of it somewhat as a sandwich, the introduction and goodbye. Those are kind of like the buns, and then, you know, all the other stuff is like the meat, the lettuce, the cheese. And so what I found helpful was kind of breaking apart the lesson, the curriculum or the lesson, so that it was easier to digest. So first, you know, looking at brown bear, what do you see? And then the safe summer eye safety search. Working on that until you feel comfortable with it. And then go move on to, you know, I wish I had less like Rosa or one of the other books and what is missing. And then once you feel comfortable with that, moving on to Duck Rabbit and Optical Illusions. And then once, you know, you have all these different parts together, once you have all these different parts more nailed down, then starting to put it together. You know, I feel like sometimes it's easier, you know, to break it down into smaller pieces and then do it all together. So that is one way that, you know, for me, that helped me looking at it in those kind of parts and going over, you know, each part at a time. But however you want to break it up, or if you really do want to just try to go through it all together, for me, it helped me just kind of breaking it up and then putting it all together. And that's kind of how I did it. But feel free to try, you know, a different, you know, breaking up pattern. If you want to, you know, maybe do all the book readings one day, practice those, then do all the activities another day, then maybe work on the introduction and goodbye another day. However you want to do it, whatever works best for you. But I definitely suggest breaking it up and then going for the whole thing together. Another tip is just familiarizing yourself with the materials, not just the script. It's important to, you know these materials and be able to use them. I feel like the more confident you are with the materials, the easier it will be to get off the script and even just, you know, be more confident in using them. So I think familiarizing yourself with the materials and using them when you practice is definitely helpful. And then my final tip is utilizing the quick reference sheet. You guys will see that when you get the full, you know, package of materials and everything. But it's a super nice sheet. It's super to the point. It's basically just a list of bullet points, and it has basically everything that was on the slideshow laid out along with the different skills it covers. And I think it makes it easier when like first going over the curriculum, because then you see everything you have to hit, what you should know, what you should do. The script, there's so many words, it's sometimes easy to get lost in it and get overwhelmed. If you have the bullet points, it's easier to say, all right, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to know, and then, you know, making sure you cover those bullet points. It'll make it a lot easier, especially starting out and even having it just near you when giving the lesson plan as something to help you kind of keep on track. It will make it so much better and more helpful. And if you do get stuck, you'll say, all right, let's look at this bullet point. Oh, wait, yeah, I need to do this. And so that's just my final tip. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about the curriculum. I know I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to you guys diving into it. So I'm going to pull up the contact information one more time, just so that we have that. And then so again, here is the contact information. And thank you so much.